The happiness of your life depends upon the quality of your thoughts. Waste no more time arguing what a good man should be. Be one. The greatest wealth is to live content with little. It is not that we have a short time to live, but that we waste a lot of it. Difficulties strengthen the mind as labor does the body. No man was ever wise by chance. It is not death that a man should fear, but he should fear never beginning to live. The only way to deal with fear is to face it head on. Let us not look back in anger or forward in fear, but around in awareness. True happiness is to enjoy the present, without anxious dependence upon the future. Anger, if not restrained, is frequently more hurtful to us than the injury that provokes it. The whole future lies in uncertainty. Live immediately. Life is short, but it is wide. This too shall pass. The best way to avenge yourself is to not be like that. The wise man does not expose himself needlessly to danger, since there are a few things for which he cares sufficiently, but he is willing in great crises to give even his life, knowing that under certain conditions it is not worthwhile to live. To be ignorant of what occurred before you were born is to remain always a child. Not how long, but how well you have lived is the main thing. We suffer more often in imagination than in reality. Wealth is the slave of a wise man, the master of a fool. It is not that we have a short space of time, but that we waste much of it. A man who suffers before it is necessary suffers more than is necessary. To be content with what we possess is the greatest and most secure of riches. It is not what you endure that matters, but how you endure it. Do not waste your time on what you cannot control or influence. We should not be so taken up in the search for truth as to neglect the needful duties of active life. The first step towards wisdom is to realize how little you know. Freedom is the right to live as we wish. It is the power of the mind to be unconquerable. Happiness is a good flow of life. It is not the man who has too little, but the man who craves more that is poor. He who lives in harmony with himself lives in harmony with the universe. The greatest remedy for anger is delay. To live is to be ready to die. We are not given a short life, but we make it short. No one can make you feel inferior without your consent. The greatest obstacle to living is expectancy, which hangs upon tomorrow and loses today. If you are pained by any external thing, it is not this thing that disturbs you, but your own judgment about it, and it is in your power. to wipe out this judgment now. The wise man is he who knows the relative value of things. The happy life is to live in accordance with nature. He who is brave is free. It is not the daily increase, but the daily decrease. Hack away at the inessential. It is not enough to have lived. We should be determined to live for something. Luck is what happens when preparation meets opportunity. If you would be love, and be lovable, it is not what you say or do that is important, but how you make people feel. It is not the man who has too little, but the man who craves more that is poor. Wealth consists not in having great possessions, but in having few wants. A gem cannot be polished without friction, nor a man perfected without trials. Death smiles at us all, but all a man can do is smile back. Be not deceived, evil company corrupts good morals. We should not be so taken up in the search for truth as to neglect the needful duties of active life. The chief task in life is simply this, to identify and separate matters so that I can say clearly to myself which are externals not under my control, and which have to do with the choices I actually control. The goal of life is living in agreement with nature. The true test of a leader is whether his followers will adhere to his cause from their own volition, enduring the most arduous hardships without being forced to do so, and remaining steadfast in the moments of greatest peril. We must be our own before we can be another's. The art of living is more like wrestling than dancing. Time flies never to be recalled. We are what we repeatedly do. Excellence, then, is not an act, but a habit. It is the mark of an educated mind to be able to entertain a thought without accepting it. Nature does not hurry, yet everything is accomplished